hate to reference what Representative Ellsworth said, but you know, he made a comment about the 8-year-old girl with juvenile diabetes. You know, they do listen to that type of story. They do actually pay attention to that. When they see a constituent, you know, being affected by a certain situation or a certain piece of legislation or a policy decision, they do actually listen to that. So trying to, as much as possible, bring those stories with your facts, with your statistics, with your research. That's going to be very compelling. And also, when you go to meet with staff, and if you do get to see your representative or your senator, making sure that you're very clear what you want from them, conveying that to them in a very clear way. You can't go in and say, well, you know, I think that we might like this or with that. You know, they're not going to listen to that. They want to know, what do you want me to do? What is it that you want from me? What is it that you're asking of me? Be very clear before you go in of what it is that you're asking, because that's the bottom line. They want to know. Also, I think I got to witness several sort of controversial votes that were coming up in my term there. There was, at the time, in addition to the healthcare reform, there was the Defense of Marriage Act, which was just being enacted when I started my internship. And there was also one round of votes on the late-term abortion or partial-birth abortion. And I got to witness the power of grassroots advocacy, of folks knowing that these votes were coming up and very vocally stating their opinions. At this time, when I was there, their email wasn't really used very much, which I feel funny saying. It was letters and it was phone calls. And so, I mean, we just had stacks and stacks and stacks of letters, either for the legislation or opposing it. We had, you know, the phones just ringing off the hook and taking tallies of how many people were for and how many people were against. And that really made an impact on the staff and on the senator, seeing how Pennsylvania felt about an issue and how strongly they felt that the senator should react, you know, to support or to oppose. So I think that as much as possible, you know, getting as many people to speak to whatever issue that you want to convey, writing letters, emails now, phone calls, I think that is very, very powerful. So that's what I took back